Well, Artosis, that's not similar. It's 68 drones against 42 SCVs, so the army-wise, MVP doing very, very well right now. In fact, his army should be slightly better than IdrA's once again, but only slightly. There's a lot of banelings. IdrA's reduced the tank count quite a bit. Looks like there's only one siege tank here. Now we have a lot of mutas. IdrA just waiting for the last possible second. You want to wait as long as possible before the Terran reinforcements get there to actually attack in. MVP, of course, taking out this base. He has zoned out this area. And he does have a drop moving across the map. Some units are rallying up for him as well, but this drop is going to be what's important. It looks like IdrA going to attack in. Hold on. That siege tank being taken out pretty quickly. That's going to make these banelings so effective. IdrA going in with these mutas. The Marines trying to run away, but the banelings doing a ton of damage. At the same time, this Marine drop over here, we're going to have to see what kind of damage he can do. IdrA cleaning up most of MVP's army. Beautiful move there. It looks like he wants to take down Swanning Pool. Very good choice. That's the bulk of IdrA's army, are Zerglings and Banelings. IdrA even starts the adrenal glands, but gets taken out, and these mutas should be able to clean up this medevac very easily. But MVP, he is not done. He is all over the place with his harass, and going to take out the Queen and a lot of drones here. Here come the mutas. And, well, he's killed a lot of the economy of IdrA, but lost a lot of units on the way. Look at that drone count. It has fallen to 45 against just 42 SCVs. MVP, he has this base up. It's looking pretty good. This base being made. Will he be able to get up before IdrA counters? That is something we're going to have to see. But MVP has just suddenly equalized the economy of both players here. Let's take a look at the supply. 125 for IdrA, 92 for MVP. So he's sacrificed a lot of units to do so. He's going to have to play a very defensive position here. IdrA sending over the magic box mutas in case there's a Thor. Going to take out these missile turrets very, very quickly. In fact, MVP probably going to want to run. Yeah, he does, in fact, run. Here come the Marines. And very nice by IdrA. You know, just stalling that out a little bit. The mules lose some mining time. That is always helpful. And he's going to see what else he can do here. Greater Spire on the way. Very awesome. Where is it? There it is. Little face in the ground. And the Thor coming up here. Marines being stemmed up as well so that it can't be killed so easily. IdrA just looking for what he can do. His mutas do have +2 right now. Let's take a look at the other upgrades. MVP +1 to his machines. And +3, +2 to Marines. So, looks like pretty good upgrades right now for MVP. Almost the best upgrades he can have. Good economy by IdrA, but MVP's economy is starting to look like it is actually better than IdrA's at this point. He's just got to wait until he gains enough money to rebuild his army, because IdrA beating him in supply of army right now. That's something very important, is that MVP stays defensive, but uh-oh, this is looking bad. MVP 3 siege tanks, a Thor, and some medevacs. If he loses all these, that is actually pretty huge. The Marines coming down to save most of the medevacs, but still losing some more siege tanks. MVP has lost way too many siege tanks this game. IdrA's been doing a great job of picking those off every single time that they are left even an inch alone from the Marines. And that is just so important. If he had more siege tanks, man, this game would be looking a lot different. Now, we see that the Greater Spire has finished up. There it is. And the thing is, IdrA has really kept the siege tank count down. So, Broodlord's not as perfect a unit right now. If he had a ton of siege tanks still, obviously they're going to be super effective at making them unsiege. But still, it should be able to make some of them unsiege, make the Banelings more effective that way. But IdrA decides it is time to go in here. He's going to want to take out that Thor first. Then he's going to be able to easily take out these missile turrets. And this is going to be so annoying for MVP. He has stemmed. He is running up there as quickly as possible. But a lot of damage being done, taking out all the defensives of this base. And here come the Marines. He's going to want to get out of there. MVP taking out a lot of mutas. But IdrA backing up. Here comes some Zerglings and Banelings. IdrA trying for a flank. And a beautiful spread here by MVP. Oh my god! One of the best spreads I have ever seen. But still, IdrA having enough units here to take it all out. Still losing a lot of mutas, losing a lot of Banelings. Beautiful micro by both players here. And MVP sending more and more units up here to get these mutas out here. Realizes he cannot lose this orbital command. It's very important because IdrA has, look at this, one base here, a base here, and a base here, all mining. Obviously his main and natural are out by now, but MVP, he can't have one base against 3. He needs 2 base against 3. So very good move, just constantly stimming, sending more and more units up there, stopping the mutas from killing off that important orbital. And we see +2 attack on the mutas, +1 on the Thors. He does have +2 coming. And a couple Thors along with the missile turret going to make those mutas think twice and back up. I want to see what is IdrA's plan right now. He does have the energy upgrade for Infestors right now, so that's good. Infestor can be something very useful, especially when you have this much gas. Look at that, 2,000 gas, and he's just really low on minerals. You know, when MVP took out those drones earlier, that changed the game more than I think you guys realized, because IdrA had to keep on making units after that, didn't refill his drones enough, and look, only 55, not as much as his peak earlier in the game. That was 66 or so. So a great move by MVP, really making IdrA pay for it. Now look at the gas to mineral ratios I was just talking about as we watch IdrA kill some depots. That type of thing, a lot of people don't think about it. It's a tiny nuance of the things that happen to Zerg as you kill off drones. The mineral count throughout the game does drop quite a bit. So now he has like this huge amount of gas. So obviously Infestors, Broodlords, Banelings, Mutas, he's going to want to make a lot more tech gas-heavy units because, well, that's kind of what he has sitting around. Now notice MVP, he knows about the Greater Spire, making some Vikings already. He's going to want to be very careful to not overmake. Supplies right now very similar, 148 to 133. IdrA just keeps on making Mutas right now. He's got a lot of gas income. Good number of Banelings here. Do they do +2, +1? I want to see. You know, a great thing that you can do while he is making... There they are. A couple Broodlords. While he's harassing with the Mutas. But what I was going to say is a great thing you can do is, if you go Broodlords for a little bit, it forces a lot of Vikings. Notice there are a lot of Vikings in here. He's going to want to be careful not to lose any of those, of course. And IdrA does run away from them. But once you force a lot of Vikings, if you switch over to Ultras, it is a hugely effective move because obviously Vikings completely useless against them. In fact, IdrA making some Infestors now, and that just complements the Broodlord, I mean the Ultras perfectly, and Broodlords as well. Really, Infestors are so needed in the late game. Now it looks like IdRA's starting to do a little bit of harassment here. There are some Thors and missile turrets in here. MVP quickly moving up a good-sized chunk of his army. Not everything, though. Cannot leave his front door open. The Thors, the Vikings are here. Thors are going to cover the Vikings from any Mutas. The Vikings want to take out the Broodlords, but IdrA has a lot of Mutas, so if he loses these Vikings, it's going to be huge. And he loses two, a couple more getting damaged, but does micro them back. He probably wants to keep these Thors right up here. They were back here a little bit more before. They're really to protect the Vikings from any Mutas at this point. And here we go. MVP wants to snipe these off, and bam! One goes down. Some good damage to the second one. Just needs a couple more volleys from those. And with 3 Thors here, it looks like he is going to be safe for now from any Broodlords. And, ooh, we do have an Ultralisk Cavern being made. Where is it? He realizes, okay, I've forced a lot of these. There it is. Ultralisk Cavern being made. This is not a likely place to be scanned. You might be thinking, why is it there? It's a combination of IdrA has to be very fast making things. Can't spend even a second at his main base. And the fact that, you know, that's as good a place as any. That's not like a place that's important on the map right now. So anyways, MVP playing the defensive posture. He is getting a huge amount of units. Notice the missile turrets being brought up. Just a little bit of extra defense. And that's going to help against the Infestors as well. He's seen Infestors. He does not want them burrowing up and throwing infested Terrans around. That can be very annoying. Now the Muta's hitting this base. And it does get taken out. MVP dropping mules to try to repair. So he did cost him a couple mules there as well. IdrA taking this base, and it looks like he has a lot of Broodlords up here now. He is just running MVP all over the map. Some Vikings flying up very quickly, and it looks like IdrA finally getting Overlord speed, upgrading his Zerglings and Ultras more, getting some more carapace for his ground units. And this is starting to look very, very good for IdrA. Supply-wise right now, we do have 182 against 183, so very, very similar there. And stimming up with those Marines, he's going to want to get right under the... Oh, and there we go, taking out a few of these, and he's going to want to target, no, not the Mutas, but instead the Broodlords. Broodlords do get taken out, and he does save his orbital command center, so very, very important moves here. IdrA flying in, he wants to kill off as many of these Vikings as possible. They're very important units right now, and only one is left alive. Very nice play there by IdrA. Does have a few more Broods, does have these very important Infestors right now, a ton of Banelings as well. Good number of siege tanks. In fact, there's going to be quite a good number of siege tanks as well as some Thors in there. So, you know, if IdrA starts going for a few Ultras, it might be quite good as well. Of course, that is a very good tech switch. You got to be careful about the Marines and the Marauders. They can do sick damage. Of course, the Marauder deals a lot to it, the Ultras, but the Marines, they just don't take very much damage. That's why you need a lot of fungal growths. That's why Infestor Ultra is one of the most powerful late game combos against Terran, especially when you already want Broodlords in the game. Now we do have MVP taking this base. The base of contention, as I think we should probably call it. still being mined from, but it's been a hard journey. There are some Broodlords going up there, and it looks like IdrA deciding it is time to try to do something here. A lot of... Ooh, I love this. One Broodlord up here to harass the mules. And in fact, he is killing the mules very, very quickly. At the same time, oh my god. Carnage right there. Oh, some fungal growths on Marines. You see a pile of blood. And his supply has just dropped down to 150 against 196. Very, very nice fungal growths there. Fungal growth so amazing against Marines when you actually do catch them with it. Look at that. A ton of damage being dealt. These things have used up all their energy. Wow, these things. Well, we see a lot of ultras being made, some drops being upgraded for IdrA as well, realizing he may need those to break through the front lines of MVP. We have some Broodlords up here harassing, and it looks like they're going to be taken out pretty easily. Marine's going to mow them down quite quickly. Now we have some mutas coming in here, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to win this battle. Nice pickup on that Thor. Marked him out of danger. Does have +3. That is a lot of damage that siege tanks and Thors do at this point. Vikings, not so much damage. A lot of ultras being made by IdrA, though. Let's take a look at the supply. 200 for IdrA, 157 for MVP. The GSL champion looking like he might be on the ropes, but he's still got a lot of bases. We're going to have to see. And IdrA looks like he may be deciding it's time. And he's going to run in there. These Banelings not going to do a whole lot. There's not too many Marines in here. And IdrA looking like he is just going to crush right through here. Even throwing up some infested Terrans to help out. The Ultra's killing everything. MVP's starting to look like he may be dying, but some more units coming down. Good fungal growth there. A lot of Marines just splattering into the ground. And IdrA with so many Ultras backing up a tad, but his economy is really, really hurt right now. Look at this. Very low. Not mining a whole lot. And these Ultras look like they will finally be taken out. You have to be careful. It's very mobile. Army stimming, running back, kiting your units. And it looks like MVP trying to do some damage. But IdrA still... No, it is actually a pretty good economy still. Good amount of drones there. This one just about gone. But he does have this base. Uh-oh. Not for long, it looks like. MVP down to 86 supply. IdrA at 163. So IdrA killing him supply-wise. But MVP, he is not done yet. He is still doing some harassment here with his Marines. Picking them up. Very nice, and notice IdrA does not have any mutas left. He doesn't have any Hydras to try to hit these medevacs, so the medevacs only have to be worried about infestors right now. IdrA, let's see, he has this space down here, done this space missing a few patches, and then this space which is getting harassed very heavily by a single Marine. Now some mutas have been popped out, besides he needs some to help fight that off. MVP not mining from here right now. Looks like he's about done there. Up here, it's going to be done pretty quickly. A lot of Ultras out. Let's take a look at the supply. Oh my, 165 against 104. And MVP basically stopping this base. That's going to bring IdrA down to this base. And, ooh, IdrA taking this base as well. Throwing up some spine crawlers. So he is just really taking the map right now. Killing those rocks early. Bet you never thought it would turn into something like this, where he's actually getting this super important extra base. I guess that's actually been there for a little bit, hasn't it? No, not too long. Alright. We see the mutas. Really very good group of just 6 mutas. Causing a lot of damage there. Delaying Thors. Stopping the missile turret. Killing some SCVs off as well. Oh, I love this move right here. Offensive spine crawlers. But MVP stopping this base as well. 170 supply against 116. So IdrA's army is looking really, really fierce. But MVP is still staying alive for now. Now some Marines coming up here. The mutas want to come in and try to help, but no, those Marines do too much DPS for you, mutas. You better run away. And it looks like they will be able to take out these spine crawlers. Meantime, IdrA really hurting these Marines up here, but medevac's healing super, super quickly. Will a Marine die? Nope. They decide to back off. And, ooh, and IdrA's even knocked down these rocks, probably to make sure MVP can't take this base and to stop this harassment. Notice MVP's supply is starting to catch up a little bit. It's 123 against 187. But again, look at this Ultra count. 11 Ultras, 4 Infestors, 8 Mutas, 43 Zerglings. That is an insane army right now. And flying those Mutas in first. Looks like IdrA is just attack moving. Here we go. The Zerglings going up and taking some splash from those tanks. A good fungal growth so those Marauders can't run away. That'll let those Ultras kill them so quickly. And there are just too many Ultras here. I am feeling we may be seeing a GG relatively soon. But at the same time, MVP with a counter drop up here, taking out all the drones. IdrA crushing through this army, yes. But MVP still being very cost-effective with his units as he can be, and down goes this expansion of IdrA. He has this one, which is going to be